up, everybody? Look who I found. It's Big Vince Wilfork. Not as big as
but still have a little girth to me. Still a little.
And he's got great gravitas, and he's got great entrepreneurial skills, as you know. Let's start with the sauce.
Oh yeah.
Now you're not eating quite as much, clearly.
No.
But you're still.
But I still. I'm a big guy. I still like my foods, and one of my staples is barbecue. I love barbecue. It's been a passion of mine since I was a little kid. So my father used to make, barbecue sauce back in the days, and all I did was basically perfected what he started, and every time, and it's called GHI 75, which means gotta have it. And as a little kid, I used to hear that word a lot because anytime gotta have it. So anytime my father needed something, hey, go get this. I gotta have it. I gotta have this. I gotta have that, right? And when I get to the NFL, one of the main things we talk about is situational football, and we call it gotta have it situations, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, man, from my childhood all the way until, me being in the league, it's like my father was always with me because anytime I hear gotta have it, it always brings me back to my childhood with my father and me running from the grill back into the house to grab this or grab that, whatever he may need. So, yeah, we have 3 sauces right now. One is sweet and spicy, the hickory brown sugar one right here, and then we're going to have the original, and everything stemmed, from the original. The original is like the heartbeat of all of them. That's where the creativity came from a childhood. Getting that taste that I'm used to, tasting as a childhood is the original, and then from there we go from there. And all 3 of these sauces is amazing sauces. I will promise you that.
Before we get to the football, and we are going to get to the football because Vince is going to be equipped to give us everything we need to know about Mike Vrabel and what the Patriots should be encountering as they try to go from bad to first mediocre, then maybe good. But before we get to that, how involved were you with the sauce, like the recipe, the tasting, the tweaking?
Well, out of all the sauce, you got to understand, I've made probably hundreds of batches of sauces, right, in the past 2 years. And to get the one that I really like, it's a taste. I can't tell you, but it was a taste that I was looking for. And when I got it, I knew I nailed it, And I've made some good sauces, but it was just a taste I was chasing. I'm like, no. Until one day, boom, I get it, and I told my wife, I went to the room, I said, I think I got it. And, she tasted it, and she fell in love with it, and I'm like, okay, cool. And it's me, I could sit here and say, yeah, my sauce is amazing, and for me, my taste buds, but it's getting in the hands of other people and having them taste it.
Where could they get it?
Well, we finalizing some last few little details on it and stuff, and it'll be real soon, but you can go to dghi75.com, that's the website. And just stay tuned with everything. But we coming real soon. Real soon.
D?
No, D. THEGHI75.com.
See, good job by me because I heard D, and I'm
no, it's my voice. My southern voice. It's all good.
All right, so we'll keep looking for that, and
Absolutely.
You'll give me a heads up so we can tell the people.
Absolutely.
When it comes up. I think you should probably come up with some kind of an event when the whole thing's going on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you will know. I promise you.
What do you most like to grill/barbecue?
Man.
Ribs?
Easy ribs.
Burnt ends?
Ribs.
I turn into a big burnt ends guy.
I'm a barbecue guy, though, so I'll cook you anything, but I like to cook stuff I like and, my favorites. And it's ribs, and it's ribs and chicken. And, of course, being in Texas, the brisket, your homemade sausage. I love making homemade sausages now. So the sausage be smoked sausage. I love that. Anything that I could put on the pit is going on the pit. I don't care what it is. It can be vegetables. I'll put it on the pit just to try some stuff. But my go-to is my pork ribs, and some people cheat and turn them into St. Louis style. Some people keep it fully as a spare rib, and I can do both. I love the
versatility.
I love the spare rib because it gives you that extra flavor with the gristle. So we can do it all, but those are my favorite. It's definitely ribs, absolutely 100%.
All right, good deal. Appreciate you, big rib guy myself. We have a Traeger. Right. The youngest of my 3 boys, Tim Curran. He happens to be an absolute genius.
Really?
A genius on the grill.
Oh, we got to get together then.
100%.
Oh,
you'll love this. He really can grill like a maniac.
I like that.
All right, sauce talk was the first thing we had on the list. The next thing and the most important thing, for Patriots fans, they need their ribs and sauce too, but they're very hungry, very hungry for a winner.
Yeah.
And that's weird because it was so long, so good.
Yeah.
But this is a team that won 4 games each of the last 2 years. And because of the hiring of Mike Vrabel, the return of Josh McDaniels, the assumption that Drake Maye is going to get better, and kind of a crap schedule that they're going up against, people suddenly expect that this team is going to go from 8 total wins in the last 2 years to at least 8 in this year alone. And I'm starting to wonder, Vince, are we putting the cart ahead of the horse with the expectations?
No, I don't think so. I feel just like them. I mean, I think with, Vrabel coming back and with his roots, you have to understand what he brings to the table. He's done it before in Tennessee when he left Houston and became the head coach of Tennessee. And all he had was Henry, and he ran the ball, and they got to the AFC Championship. And that he put that organization together. And I could see the same thing here. I think he's going to come in. He's going to put us back together. Now, I'm not saying we're going to go win the Super Bowl first year, but I definitely do think we will have 7, 8 win. 9, 10 win. I think we're going to shock a lot of people this year. A lot of people not giving us credit because of the past 5 years and what we've been through in the rebuilding stage and finding new coaches and players here, players that, not really knowing who is who. But I just think what Vrabel brings to the table is the respect of the game first and foremost, the knowledge of the game, and he's going to get the best out of the guys 24/7, and they're going to be very, very well coached. And the discipline, I think you win a lot of games by being disciplined, not hurting yourself. And I can see us going that route where we're not going to hurt, we're not going to make it harder for ourselves with these penalties and bonehead penalties. I think he's going to have a well-coached football team, and I think he's going to have a team that's hungry to play for him.
What was your first impression of Mike? What was the first thing you thought when you meet the guy?
Oh man, he's a straight shooter. He'll bull at me. He'll play with you all day, but he's a straight shooter. He's gonna tell you how he feel. He don't care how you feel. If he don't like something, he's gonna tell you that. And you gotta understand, I played with Mike, and I played for Mike when I was in Houston. He was a linebacker coach, and he didn't change.
Really,
he was always a coach on the field as a player, and as a coach, he's a coach. So I've seen both sides of Mike, and you're going to get his very best. And like you say, he's outspoken, and if he believes in what he believes in, he's going to tell you that, and that's just what it is. He's not going to change his mind just because somebody else doing it this way. No, he's going to stay true to himself, and he have what he needs to back up why he's doing it the way he's doing it. So I'm happy. I'm very excited, honestly. We got it. We had a chance to get Mike, and if that's what it came to, I think he fits perfectly in this organization and leading this team. I think he was going to do wonders for us.
When you look at a fan base like this one that was profited for so long from so much success, that completely came out of nowhere. And you were still in Miami at the time.
Right.
But 2001, 2002, 2003, they all happened. And then you come in 2004 and it's up and going. So you're going to an emerging dynasty at that point. Do you think fans and the media are realistic in their expectations? I guess, put it this way. You were a Celtics fan. You always used to go to Celtics games. It's hard sometimes to adjust to, okay, we got to get back to that. I kind of feel like that is never going to happen again.
Well, winning is hard, and, for 2 decades, we made it look pretty easy, with everything we had from Tom to Bill, from all the players and success we've had. And it looked easy, but the amount of work it took, going into a game every week, understanding that you have a bullseye on your back, that's hard. And we had to be perfect, and it was hard work, but it took all of us as players and coaches to come together and say, hey, this is the goal, this is what we're going to do. But the torch was passed. When I got here, I had Vrabel, I had Ted, I had Seymour, I had Ty Law, and Rodney. I had all of these guys to learn from and lead that led. I think where we're at now, I think we have to get back to that. We have a young team, right? We have guys that play not a lot of football, still young in their career, but you got to ask them, and they have to be willing to step up and be a leader. Like Gonzalez, hey, yeah, you young, but this is your team now. Drake, you the head of the franchise. Your second year in, this is your team. So you have to get the young guys to start understanding just because you year 2 or year 4 or year 5, you mean more to this team than anything. And we have to start rebuilding somewhere. So our leadership has to come from everyone. And I think if they can understand that throughout the season, you'll see this team get better and better and better once they start trusting and understanding the roles and what needs to be done. And I think Vrabel going to do a real good job with that.
Most people might think this is an easy answer, but with the success this team has, what's more important, culture or talent?
Culture. Yeah, because talent, I can have all the talent in the world if they a-holes, it doesn't matter. I want a team that's full of culture. I want a team that look at one another like a brother, understand that if I screw up, I screw the whole team up. So I'd rather have a team full of culture and understand me as a person, not a football player, but a person of who my family is, what I come from, me hanging out, we going doing this as a family. Because when you see teams like that, you understand right away who those teams are. If you look at Pittsburgh play, you understand Steelers, they have a culture. Ravens, they have a culture, you see? Mm-hmm. Patriots, we had a culture because it was more than football to us. So I would take culture over talent any day.
When you do consider the notion of culture, as a leader, somebody has to be a dink. Are kids these days as well equipped to call each other out? Because you guys, once that culture, because you come in, you got kids of a certain age.
And that's the problem.
I got kids of a certain age.
Yeah.
And I watch in the locker room, guys don't want to be
want to be that guy, yeah. And I think you are 100% right. Because now it's like you're trying to separate the two, my friend and business. We can party all night, but when times get tough or when you do something wrong, when I can't count on you, can I call you out? You understand?
Yep.
So that's a true leader. A true leader I don't care about our friendship. When we on this field, we have one job. If you can't do this, find me somebody that can.
Still be my friend, though.
We can still be my friend. You know what I'm saying? But it's the respect.
Yeah.
It's respect. But when you have guys, and that's why I think Vrabel was going to be a great asset to these younger leaders because he's going to tell them, it's okay to call out your buddy. It's okay. That's just what it is. If you can't call out your buddy for the sake of the team, you don't need to be here. You understand?
Yeah, I do. And it's funny you say that because one thing that is coming clear throughout this last 8 months since Mike's been here is he is all over Drake Maye to be a vocal leader.
Yeah.
Now, I look at Maye and I'm like, he grew up in an athletic family. His dad was a college quarterback. I don't see him lacking for physical or mental toughness, but Mike wants more, vocal. How important is it for Drake Maye to put on that leadership hat and be a dink if he has to? He's
going to have to, and I think it's going to happen, because you got to understand Drake's saying to himself, hey, this is only my second year in, I'm still young, but he have a head coach that's telling him like, no. You are the future of this franchise. You are our face, so you have to. Just because of your position, you have to. And I think he would learn that. I don't think he'll lack in that area, but it's learning how to. Once he learned how to and how to go about it, and once he tells somebody, hey, you can't be doing that, and they respect him, and he sees that they respect him and listen to him, I think that's when he'll get his roses because he's afraid to tell a guy that's been there for 10 years, hey, you can't, and you can't do that. And they're going to like, man, who the hell are you? Patriots haven't won anything for the past couple years. Like, who are you? But you can't think like a championship quality team don't think that way.
Right.
We hold each other accountable. And I don't care if it was a third string, and if the third string we watching film or if I did something on the field and one of my third string buddies come and say, Vince, that was wrong. You stepped wrong and your hand placement was there. And I'll be like, you know what? You're right. I always want to be held accountable. They're going to have to get to that point. But when he realized his voice matters and how his teammates respond to his voice, that's when you will see the Drake Maye we all want to see with the leadership.
It's really interesting. Some of the decisions this team has made in the offseason, they made it clear they want.
And I want more.
Yeah,
it's like that's what
Vrabel wants. He wants more, but he wants to make sure that the culture around him is good, that the teammates around him are good, that people are not going to be negative or.
But I tell you this. One thing about Vrabel, if there's any word that's happening, that person won't be here.
Yeah. Well, that's
He will not.
that.
He won't. He will not let one or a few bad apples destroy what he's trying to build. They will be gone as quick as you do it. So I'm not even worried about that.
That's that culture talent thing.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be a problem up on the Vrabel watch.
Patriots defensive line. When you were a part of it, it was you, Seymour, Ty Warren.
Yeah.
Were you here at the same time as Bobby Hamilton?
No, Bobby was a year before me. Ted Washington was a year
Jarvis
before me.
Green.
Jarvis Green.
Let's not leave anybody out.
JG.
Of course, Ted Washington, the maniac. My favorite guy, Gerard Warren, was here. I can go through all those guys.
Yes.
Keith Tractor Trailer.
Yep. I came with Trailer.
So it's a great friggin' team, obviously. And the offensive line had its personality, and Tom had his personality, and the offensive, skill position guys had theirs. But in some ways, the defensive line could be the lifeblood of the team and the soul of the team.
I think any lineman, offense, defensive lineman, they are the heart and soul of the team because it starts there. It starts up front. No matter where you at, I don't care if you little league, I don't care if you're high school, pros, college, it starts up front. I don't care how good. And the year I posted this, the year that Cincinnati lost to the Rams in the Super Bowl, the last play of the game, and Barrow, he was getting hammered, right? But he had Jamar Chase wide open because the DB fell, but he couldn't get the ball to him. And that was a Super Bowl win for him. So, and I posted then, I'm like, for all you geniuses who thinks that you need all this skill, talent. Well, if you can't get the ball to him, it doesn't matter. If you look, the offensive line, he fell and got beat. And, Barrow was running for his life trying to deliver a ball. Sack. So I'm a true believer up front. That's where it all starts. And if we can solidify the trenches on both sides, we already winning. Because a lot of teams don't put the time and effort into building those two, the offense and defensive line, because they're more concerned on what's on the edges and the quarterback and skills, this and the other. So I think if our offensive line and defensive line is ready to play some football, this is when you'll see this team start to get back on track.
Are you impressed with Milton Williams? Played for Philadelphia last year, comes here. Keon White is here. I don't know if you've had a chance to meet him.
Yes.
Looks like a friggin' superhero.
Yeah.
Christian Barmore is one of the first guys I've seen abuse a single sled like you used to. And Harold Landry's an absolute water bug off the edge, a big water bug, but he can cook. And they got a kid named Caleb Von Chason who's really starting to make some strides as well. He was a former first-round pick. But do they have enough up front defensively?
Yes, they have enough. And the crazy thing is Mike is going to get it out of him. He's going to get it out of him. And one thing we do know, all these boys can play some football. We know that. We've seen these guys play, especially White and Barmore. We've seen all that's going to do is have their level of play rise. Because now once we compete in a defensive line room, if we competing against each other, I want to be better than you, you're going to get the best. And guess what? In camp, you're going against an offensive line, it's the same thing. I want my offensive line and my defensive line to say, you know what? I had the best look in practice in camp against my own teammates. So when it's time to play, I'm fully confident that we could destroy anything. But I do think we have enough defensively on the front, and I think they will set the tone. And they need to set the tone. And trust me, I played with Vrabel. I already know he's telling him, you are the tone setters. This team is going to go where you take us. Simple as that. And they're going to take it upon themselves to understand what he's saying, and they will.
As a defensive lineman, how would you have felt, your whole group, when you come to the line of scrimmage and you look across and you see that's a rookie left tackle and that's a rookie left guard?
Oh, it's time.
And I don't care where they came from,
Yeah.
SEC, whatever, they weren't in the NFL. Patriots might have that situation on their offensive line. How much of a liability will it be until they get their feet settled?
Well, it could become, you're getting thrown in the fire early. We have our first rounder and left tackle that come from LSU, SEC, and all that stuff. Yeah. This is the NFL, but at the same time, I want you in the fire early because the sooner I can get you in the fire and get you used to this game and playing this game and get you the confidence you need, and this is why we drafted you first rounder, I'm going to put you there. And vice versa, go to the left guard. I want to get you in these game situations early on because mid-season, I want us gelling. I want you full of confidence. All the rookie mistakes, that's out of your system. All the screw-ups is out of your system. Now we've got to win some ball games. So I think they're doing it right. Mm-hmm. I'm a true believer. If let's take a quarterback, for instance. If I have a top-round, quarterback, well, I ain't picking him to sit the bench. The quicker I can get him in this game and in front of our fans and in front of this organization, I'm going to put him in the fire because if I don't do that, next year when I do want to play him, he's still a rookie. Going in and say he's still a rookie. And then it's going to take him that year.
Yep.
And now you're in year 3. This is now your second. So it's like you're slowing him down to develop when he going to have 2 rookie seasons. So I'm a believer in I'm going to throw you in the fire because you can help me now.
And again, you can have that. We could go back and forth. You run the risk of injuring the guy, leaving him a complete bubbling mess because he's gets whacked around so much. The Sam Darnold effect,
right?
But yeah, I think Drake Maye is physically and mentally tough.
Yes,
and I think he has a skill set. Do you like him as a franchise quarterback? We run these little every day. We have emails. You've seen our emails, show emails. Before we do something, and we have conversations. What are we going to talk about? One of the conversations we're going to have on Early Edition is Drake Maye, quote unquote, the guy. And it's just to have the conversation. And I'm like, you can't even tell. Stop opening the oven and seeing if the cake's done. You're going to ruin it. Leave the oven closed. You can't determine it yet. But do you think, just looking through the oven door, as he continues to cook, is he going to be the guy?
I think he will be. It's going to take him this year. And the great thing about him this year, he have Josh McDaniels. Mm-hmm. He's in good hands with Allstate. And the more he get his feet wet and start understanding the nature of the game and understanding that, he will get better and better and better because he's surrounded by the right people, right? Development comes with coaching, not just playing. You got to have right seasoning to make a nice gumbo, right? Mm-hmm. So if I have, certain ingredients and don't have nothing else, well, that gumbo going to come out bland. But if you give me all the right stuff and the right tools to make this gumbo, well, I'm going to have the best gumbo on the market. Simple as that. And that's where Drake is at. He have the right seasonings around him, right? Now it's time to put it all together, and I think he will be fine.
I don't know if he's got the seasonings.
You don't think so?
I don't think he's got the seasonings.
We'll see. We're dealing with 2 rookies. We're dealing with an offensive line that we have to get better, right?
He's got some toys around him with the kid Henderson from Ohio State, Antonio Gibson. Hunter Henry's a good tight end. They brought in Diggs.
I think he have enough. I think he have enough for now. Now, do I want them to make more moves? Absolutely, I would. I would love to see another top receiver here. Absolutely. And that's going to make our gumbo, we're going to sell out. You understand? But I do think Drake has what it takes. As my quarterback, he has what it takes, and that's what I'm investing in, and that's why I'm going to put everything around him to build with him where he needs to be.
Can we put your sauce on gumbo?
No, you can't put my sauce on gumbo, but we can try to make
a
barbecue sauce gumbo.
We'll try it sometime.
That might be something that we can create.
Hey, I would be remiss if I didn't ask about your physical stature right now. You look friggin' great.
280 pounds, baby.
Down from what was the high when you were playing? You're down, never mind if you don't want to.
Yeah. My highest, I tipped the scales before at 380. Mm-hmm. That at my highest, 380. So if you say at my highest 380 and now sitting at 280, that's a 100-pound swing.
What do you feel a hell of a lot better?
Yes, I do. I do.
What do you do are you happy being you like to eat, you like to cook, you like to just ingest. So do I. We all do. Yeah. So how much do you have to curb what you eat?
Never, because I learned now where I'm at in my age and where I'm in life. I eat the fuel, and it used to be the opposite way. Like, I'm fueling to eat. Like, all I want to do is eat, But now it's more about give me enough to eat so I'm okay, and I can go on and live another day. You know, I'll do dinner later. But the old me, I would sit and eat 2-3 meals at once and be ready to eat again in another hour. You know what I mean? But now it's like, nah, I'm okay with just fueling just enough so my body feel good. I can still, you know, do what I have to do throughout the day and go from there. So.
And you're not working out. You said you don't
know
lifting.
What? Me and my wife, we do a lot of walking.
Yeah.
You know, but we've been so busy these past year, 2 years that, you know, we kind of get it where we can, right?
Yep.
But we do try to walk, and we do try to, you know, do some type of weightlifting or something. But I'm telling you straight up, I'm not lifting more than 135 pounds. That's just what it is. I'd rather walk than lift. My lifting comes from swinging a golf club.
I was going to say, you got a choice between lifting and swinging a golf club.
Swinging a golf club all day.
All day, every day. We're all
Weights you
like
can
that.
have. Leave it in the past with my career.
Good deal. It was a great career. I think, you know what? And I think it was a Hall of Fame career. I really do think it was a Canton Hall of Fame career, because there was a time from 2009 to 2013, he was among the 7 to 10 best players in the league, regardless of position.
Yeah.
I've always believed that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
Gotta have it, Sauce.
Gotta have it, baby.
All right, you gotta have it too. We're gonna make sure to keep you guys all appraised of when it's on your shelves. But until then, it's the
GHI75.com.
So old. I wasn't so old
It's
when
okay.
you met me.
It's okay. Got your back.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy. I don't know who I'm telling to enjoy. It's the Bye, everyone. See you on the next podcast.